from the ashes to school the masses. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Scholars Wrestling Show. I'm your man behind the microphone, as always, Scholar Jeff. To my left is Scholar Tarek. What's up, sir?
Hello, everyone. And I'm just going to say, thank you, WWE. You're paying back for that crap load of WrestleMania.
And to my other left is Scholar Brian.
The only problem with that is it's a great card, but nothing's gonna happen.
Says you, but we'll get
Says
to that.
me.
Yeah.
It's the pay-per-view after WrestleMania. Come on.
I'd
when
say-
does anything ever happen?
Well, considering what we have on this card, maybe a few things.
Yeah, in his fandom mind.
He already knows what I'm thinking.
Yep.
You're ready to... It's like... All right,
Let's go.
It's like
The
the gloves
gloves
are
are
on. The gloves are on. Let's go. Yeah, Shane.
Okay, let's get right into it.
Jeff,
Of course, this is the big WWE Payback prediction show. So let's just get right into it. First match on the card. On the... what do they call that thing? The pre-show?
the appetizers? Oh, wait, no, that's what we call it.
Yeah, the appetizer.
The shitty salads.
The shitty appetizer pre-show salad. Okay, we got Kalisto versus Ryback for the U.S. title.
No care.
The
Rematch of the century.
The only rematch to come out of this year's WrestleMania.
The only rematch is
The only rematch is the prediction show, yet there has been little to no build whatsoever.
I haven't seen these guys on TV since WrestleMania.
The last time we saw
well, it's not me.
Kalisto was in the tag team tournament.
Yeah. And there was... Ryback did nothing.
And
this
yeah,
entire
Ryback was
month.
gone.
Ryback was gone. What sense does this make?
Well,
Kalisto retains.
He may be getting punished for bitching about, I didn't like where we were on the card at WrestleMania. Remember, he did
Kalisto retains because this is the definition of nothing.
Agreed. Yeah.
Nothing.
I don't think there's much investment on very many people's part as far as this is concerned. So I'm gonna have to say, yeah, Kalisto is my pick.
Why would I turn into the pre-show? Why? Give me a reason why.
Because we're chilling with our friends and we like wrestling.
Why would I watch the screen during this pre-show?
The only
pay
thing
attention to what's happening.
Because these guys actually do work pretty well together. Granted, the WrestleMania match was nothing because they had little to no time, but I still go back to their World Heavyweight Title tournament match and how entertaining they did, and it was on a SmackDown.
If this was on the pay-per-view, actual show, fine. But they're on the pre-show again. So what makes you think they're going to get more time than they got at WrestleMania?
Because they have more people in the stadium watching them live.
That and maybe...
No.
I'm not hearing an argument.
And you know what? And maybe people are saying that Kalisto did get legit hurt in that tag team tournament match. So they just maybe gave him a little quick break, and they kept Ryback off TV. So because
either that, or
he had nothing to do.
Or he's legit hurt, and they're gonna take like 7 minutes and hoist the title off on the Ryback, which is even worse. So
you're saying Ryback?
I'm still going Kalisto because I just don't care. They've given me throughout this little air quotes feud that they have given me no reason to give a damn about this. So I'm just gonna go Kalisto because I'm probably not even gonna watch because I don't care.
Okay. All right. Again, for a match that has such minimal build, I have a hard time arguing with you there. But hey, we'll see what we get. In the meantime, on the main card, we also have Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin. I think this one is pretty easy to predict.
Baron Corbin gonna kill him some Ziggler.
This is
pretty much.
This is just Ziggler being the guy putting over the young talent. I can see this going another pay-per-view.
I can too. Hopefully they'll actually make a decent feud out of it and actually really make Baron Corbin look really good.
But if they want this to go to another pay-per-view, shouldn't Dolph Ziggler win then?
Not necessarily. You could see. I could see Baron Corbin dominating, but also pull a dirty victory. Kind of like either on the ropes, or because he is that kind of like old school heel.
I just feel like it's one of those times where it's like this guy is gonna come in, get a decisive victory, go hard.
That's what I'm thinking. Honestly,
no, with no cheap tricks, none of that.
That's why I'm saying it's going to be only 2 events. This one is going to be like him dominating, but still pull the heel victory, keep the feud going, and the second one will be the decisive victory. This will be the ending of the feud.
I don't feel like this goes more than 1 pay-per-view. I think that this is putting Baron Corbin over hard. They're gonna have Dolph Ziggler bump like a madman, get his moves in, and then just get annihilated by the end of days. And because if it was anybody else, I would be with you. But this is Baron Corbin, big guy. You want him, and since it's Vince McMahon, he likes his big guys coming in and looking extremely strong. So I don't think they're going to pull the dirty tactic and have this go for another pay-per-view. I think that this is going to be decisive. That's why they have these new guys come in and feud with Dolph Ziggler.
You really think this is going to be just a 1-match feud, though?
I'm not sure about a 1-match feud.
Because that's all. If you're saying you want Baron Corbin to win dominant and that's it, move on to the next one, that's what it would be. It would be a one-sided. It would just basically be a 1-match feud. But
and I feel like
you have to give Dolph Ziggler more credit than that one.
I'm not saying anything bad about Dolph Ziggler, but if they want Baron Corbin, okay, is a whole different animal than anybody else. Baron Corbin needs decisive victories in order to get himself over. In my eyes, no one is going to take him seriously if he cheats to beat somebody like Dolph Ziggler. That's not a knock on Dolph Ziggler. That's just Baron Corbin is this big, strong guy coming in, murdering everybody he faces. Suddenly he has to cheat against Dolph Ziggler? No.
Yeah.
Baron Corbin wins decisively over Dolph Ziggler. Yeah, Whether Dolph Ziggler comes back for more is another story. We can go on with that later on. But for now, Baron Corbin is one of those guys, decisive victory or no victory.
Yeah. Baron Corbin, to me, is not one of those types of heels that is a heel because he cheats. He's a heel because he's an asshole. So I can see, if he does win this match, I can see him going over in a sense and he's just a dick to Dolph Ziggler. And maybe it was like, okay, maybe if they do continue it, he could be like, yeah, you're a dick. I'm not done yet. Let's do a rematch one more time.
Do it like the Kevin Owens way with John Cena. Kevin Owens beats John Cena decisively in his first match, and then just goes pure dick, and that's why they continue the feud. I just don't think that Baron Corbin is the type of heel where he cheats, where he will cheat to win. He needs to be decisive.
If they didn't have that one moment on Raw where Dolph Ziggler did fight back and then Corbin ran to show, okay, maybe Dolph Ziggler isn't such a pushover. I feel like if he does get that decisive victory, then what would be the point of the rematch really? It's just like, okay, he was the better man, moving on, which leads back to the whole 1-match feud, which I feel like these two need to have at least 2 matches.
But we can all agree that Baron Corbin wins.
Oh yeah, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, this is just a prediction show. So we're all settled. We got Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
Okay. In the meantime, how about something a little bit better in Dean Ambrose versus Chris Jericho?
Just based on Raw and the fact that Jericho's been getting one over on Dean Ambrose the entire time since Dean Ambrose took the Ambrose Asylum away from him. This is not one of those cases like at WrestleMania when I was like, "Hey, Jericho could win." I'm picking AJ Styles, but Jericho could win, and nobody took the bait and Jericho ended up winning. This is not one of those times. Ambrose has been getting his ass beat the entire feud ever since he took the Ambrose Asylum away from Jericho. Ambrose gets one back. Ambrose wins.
And hell, I'm going with Ambrose too, but it's mainly because Ambrose really needs this.
Agreed.
He
Totally
needs
agreed.
this, especially after the fiasco of his WrestleMania match with Brock Lesnar.
And it's the
Exactly,
perfect,
the face pump.
It's the perfect guy to go against to get all your heat back.
To get that fire back, because it's once again the whole argument that Dean Ambrose is suffering the same thing that Bray Wyatt suffered, that he just couldn't win the big one.
The difference between Bray Wyatt and Dean Ambrose is Bray Wyatt could come out, cut a creepy promo the night after, and get all his heat back. But Dean Ambrose, the problem is you had such high hopes going into WrestleMania, and they squashed him in 10 minutes.
The build-up was better than the match itself.
Yeah, it just wasn't satisfying. Even if Dean Ambrose still lost, the match itself was just so anticlimactic that was just...
Yeah.
It wasn't satisfying.
And back to, Dean Ambrose needs it because looking back at his big match record, he's the one that always came up on the short end. He needs to get to that point where he needs to win to get the big end of this
Here
feud.
you go. Okay.
Right.
Jericho was always the guy early in his career, couldn't win the big one. That would have been a good way to run this feud instead of it just being over. Hey, Dean Ambrose took away the highlight reel and turned it into the Ambrose Asylum. Chris Jericho just comes out, starts messing around with Dean Ambrose. You can't win the big one. Full circle. Jericho.
He's the one that's doing it. Yeah.
Jericho was the guy in 2001 when he turned heel. It was because The Rock came up to him and was like, "I got no worries. I can beat your ass. You can't win the big one." So now it's full. It would have been a better feud for me if Jericho came out and played The Rock's role and Dean Ambrose was playing Chris Jericho's role of 2001. The Jericho being the antagonist of I'm not worried about you. You can't beat me.
That's pretty much what happened on Raw. Before they started brawling.
You can't win the big one. So
maybe they will do that.
And then at this point, Dean Ambrose comes out at Payback and wins the big one.
Yeah.
All right, so we're all in agreement now. Dean Ambrose?
Yeah. Dean Ambrose.
Okay, Dean Ambrose.
Especially after Jericho doing the walls on the table last week, after Dean Ambrose was beating the crap out of him. That just sealed it.
I love the Twitter back and forth with him and Paige. With Paige was like, "Hey, that's my doing a submission hold on the table is my thing."
And then Jericho was like, "Really?"
Yeah. Look back at 2001. I tore Triple H's quad doing it on the table. So thank you.
Wow.
I'm just like, there you go, Jericho. That's a good heel.
And he called Paige a little girl. It was great.
They would have fun against a little mic off between those two,
right? Twitter war, love it.
I ship it. I don't care. Until then,
there you go. I'm like, ship. There you go.
In the meantime, let's talk Intercontinental title. The Miz versus Cesaro.
Let's talk about the Intercontinental Championship match.
I know you got something to say. The floor is yours.
What more? I really don't have much to say other than my man crush Cesaro taking the Intercontinental Championship.
Brian?
I would agree with you. If it was next month. Pay-per-view. I do not feel like... I feel like this goes another month. I feel like... Just based off of Raw. Okay, where he's about... I feel like Maurice gets involved. And The Miz steals one. At Payback. And then... Cesaro gets his rematch at the next pay-per-view, and then he wins. I don't feel... There needs to be more build-up for me for a Cesaro victory.
This is just the beginning stages.
Exactly, it's the beginning stages, and the end stage should be Cesaro winning the Intercontinental Championship. Not the beginning
Well,
this Cesaro, I feel like it's a better story in the end if Cesaro chases for more than one pay-per-view. Get screwed out of it the first time. Miz being straight dick heel gets away with the Intercontinental Championship at the end of Payback. Go into Extreme Rules. Okay? No rules. Okay, and then Cesaro gets his win. I feel like I'm gonna go Cesaro by DQ. I'm gonna go there's not a decisive finish to this match. It goes on to Extreme Rules. They put a gimmick they put a gimmick in the match, and Cesaro gets his win there.
I'm going to say I agree with you. I'm going to call The Miz to win for all the reasons you just said, but first and foremost, if this was any other time, if it was just The Miz on his own, I'd say, yeah, Cesaro's due. It's Cesaro's time. Boom. Give it to him right away. However, they did end up bringing Maurice back, and the two of them together as a cohesive unit
has been gold.
Are way too good together. So I'm gonna say, if it was just to do something with it, I'd say yeah, Cesaro gets it right now. But given how good everyone's working together, I'm gonna say extend this into a whole feud and then give it to Cesaro later.
I don't feel like you can extend this feud with Cesaro as champion and The Miz chasing.
Well, you perfectly can. You can make it into his rematch, and the thing I see with Cesaro is, right now, I just see Miz as the transitional champion. Yes, he has Maurice, and what they are doing is actually what's best for The Miz. But I feel like if they give the title to Cesaro right now, he can have his rematch with The Miz at Extreme Rules. I could see them doing it as a ladder match between the two, but it'll just show Cesaro's dominance. I mean, Cesaro is pretty much coming in with a new gimmick, with the James Bond-esque gimmick. He's having a new character. He's presenting himself differently, and it's working for him. So, the way I see Cesaro being champion, I could see them doing with Cesaro in the Intercontinental Championship what Daniel Bryan was supposed to do last year. And I feel like the only reason they gave Miz the title, the Intercontinental title, is because Miz is pretty much the best option, if other than Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. But you were right on that one.
We'll get.
We'll take the Zack Ryder part out of it.
But I'm only messing with you.
But Miz only was given the belt, so Cesaro can be healed, and when he's ready, they'll put the title on him. He'll have his rematch with The Miz, which, from what we've seen, they can do pretty good storytelling with each other. I could see them trying to do something, like Maurice and Miz trying to do something, and Miz will probably go and make the attack. Cesaro ducks, and Miz stops. It's like, oh, okay, I'm not going to hit Maurice. Okay, we're all good. And then neutralizer, pin, 1, 2, 3. That'll keep their feud going. And then, because really, they've been doing really well together on the mic. I feel like if it's just a dirty victory, then it's weak storytelling. I feel like if you want to give Cesaro this nice, decent push that they're obviously going to give him, why not have him win the belt, finish his stuff off with Miz for the next one, and then do what they were going to do with Daniel Bryan and build on having match after match after match being that fighting champion.
Here's my retort. Okay. Cesaro is coming out like James Bond, right?
Yeah.
That's his gimmick, okay? In every James Bond movie, okay, the villain gets one over on James Bond first, while James Bond comes out on top in the end. So, why not make The Miz this Bond-type villain? Okay? That's where I was going with this. I know that he's coming out as Bond.
He will have his reason to still go after Cesaro. It's like, oh, just because you almost made me strike my wife, That's the only reason you have the title. Is that you really couldn't beat me without me being distracted?
I understand. And I'll let you have it. that's in your mind, and that's perfectly fine.
He really doesn't need the victory.
That's perfectly fine.
And he doesn't need the title because he has Maurice, and they have pretty good characters to work off each other without having the Intercontinental Championship.
That's fine. And I'm gonna let you have it. I'm not going to dispute your point. In my eyes, okay, this is for me. But that stronger storytelling my way, if you're gonna have him come out and be a Bond-like character, okay, you have him come out on top in the end. Not at the beginning. You have the villain of the piece, The Miz and Maurice. You have them get one over on him at the beginning of the feud, which is here right now. Okay, whether he wins by DQ, whether The Miz is just like, you know what, screw this, I'm out, or he gets a dirty victory. Cesaro doesn't come out on top at the beginning. You have the ladder match at Extreme Rules. Okay? And that's when Cesaro comes out on top, winning the ladder match. I'm fine with everything you said. In my eyes, it's not time yet. So I'm gonna go. I've been flipping back and forth between Cesaro by DQ or the dirty win. Okay, and I will say Cesaro wins by DQ. Cesaro doesn't walk out Intercontinental Champion.
I just feel like if that would be the case, DQ or pin or cheap victory, it would hurt. It would kill the momentum that he had since coming back.
I don't believe so.
Honestly, if this was any other time, I'd say keep on extending the feud, and just let it simmer for a while. However, I don't know, something feels very different about this one. I definitely see where you're coming from, Fool, with Cesaro really needing that momentum and how it can work from there. But seeing as this is the prediction show, and we're going to need some sort of concrete prediction one way or the other, I'm going to say...
Oh, Jesus.
You're flipping
is coming.
You're flipping the 5 wits. There you go.
I'm going to say... I'll go with Miz.
All right.
Yeah, it's really the only way you can tell with something like this.
And this was always going to be the one that was contested between the two of us. It was always, as soon as they made the match, I was like, he's got Cesaro. I fucking know it.
I even told you,
someone's got to keep the dream alive.
I even told you when I first got here, you're gonna expect a little debate between me and Brian, I knew, and this is exactly it.
All I will say is, by the end of this feud, I have no doubt that Cesaro will be Intercontinental Champion.
Absolutely, it's just a matter of when.
It is his time. It's just a matter of when.
Absolutely. At least we can agree on something.
It is his time.
Damn it.
And I'll just leave it at that. It is his time.
In the meantime...
Especially with the best title they have.
In the meantime, I'd like to take a moment and just revere what I think could very well be the match of the night in my eyes.
We already talked about it.
In my eyes, not yours, fool. Not Mr. I'm addicted to the Intercontinental title.
You're damn right I am.
Except I don't know if you'll be right this time, because I think I know what he's talking about.
Oh, I know what he's talking about too. I'm just messing with
What am I talking about?
Enzo and Cass versus the Vaudevillains. I'm looking for...
Right.
This match is going to be awesome. This really is.
Yeah.
Right,
do I think it's going to be match of the night? No.
I don't think it's going to be match of the night.
But
it'll be fun, though. Who do you got?
This is one where I honestly... Either one is the right choice for me, but I feel like it'll be the Vaudevillains.
Yes, I think it's going to be the Vaudevillains as well.
Because whether the Dudley Boys come out and screw Enzo and Cass, I don't think you go face on face at Extreme Rules for the title.
Not even that. That the fact is, going in with the heel face factor to begin with, we need, other than the Dudley Boys, we need some dominant heel tag teams. Because really looking at it, the only other heel tag teams we have are the Social Outcasts and the Ascension.
That's sad.
That is sad. We need a good, decisive heel tag team, and I think the Vaudevillains can fit that spot perfectly.
Yeah, as much as my heart says I want Enzo and Cass.
Oh, they will have their time.
They will get their time.
They're the most over people on the roster.
I see them getting it at SummerSlam.
You can't deny
Nakamura.
No, shut
on
up
the main roster.
Nakamura.
Damn it.
No,
I will never shut up with Nakamura.
It is
you
not
need to show
his
me that
time
shirt,
yet.
by the way. I still need to see your Nakamura shirt.
You'll see it on Sunday.
Enzo and Cass made London
squee.
Yes.
Why did you pick that word?
Because it's so
they
random.
made an entire stadium in London chant their entire opening phrase.
It's
Nakamura's time will come, but until then, Enzo and Cass are the most over people on the roster.
And I'm gonna say this: when they had
shut it.
when they had the little mic off on Monday, I was once Enzo and Cass spell out SAWFT soft, I could just see the Vaudevillains fighting back. Are you looking at us? We are anything but soft.
We are men.
We are manly men showing off the muscles. We are anything but soft in more ways than one. Oh,
snap. Okay, so
the Vaudevillains win. They got to do it clean.
Yeah, I agree.
They got to do it clean, or else it doesn't mean anything.
I agree.
That's it. But Vaudevillains win.
Then they can go full villains.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Dudley Boys showed up. If they don't get involved, that would be amazing for the Vaudevillains. But I won't be surprised because we just have to make the story of them keeping their feud going, even though they really don't need to have them interfere to keep this feud going.
Hey, who cares? I'm still entertained.
It's going to be a great match.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of great matches, next match that we got on the docket, we've got Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. Main roster showdown.
Sami Zayn! There's no titles involved. Kevin Owens got the last shot in.
Kevin Owens has gotten the last shot this entire rivalry.
Yeah, this is
Sami Zayn. This has to be his moment.
Has to be Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn, he hasn't won a singles match on the main roster. He hasn't, not one.
Kevin Owens won't get hurt from this feud, or from this loss. He will not.
In fact, I believe that this will elevate both of them.
Big time.
Oh, yeah.
So Sami Zayn gets his payback.
It fits it perfectly.
It actually does.
This match. That's why I was so against it happening 1-on-1 at WrestleMania. This match 1-on-1 was made for an event like Payback.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
in name including.
Yeah, and now that it's not for a title, even better. Because they could just beat the crap out of each other. No titles are on the line, so you don't have to worry about that. And then
although it would have been just as nice.
It'll come back.
I will agree that it. Even said it when we talked about it for the WrestleMania prediction show. It doesn't need the feud can go on without the title. It would just be a nice addition to it.
They'll fight for the Intercontinental title at one point. It has to happen. But for this particular version of the match,
it has to be a grudge match.
Okay, grudge match, no titles. This is perfect, and because it's a grudge match, no titles. Kevin Owens has been punking out Sami Zayn since last year. Okay, Sami Zayn gets his payback, quote unquote. And beats Kevin Owens.
All right, so we're all in agreement then. Sami Zayn's got this.
Yeah.
This will be match of the night.
Okay. Here's
soon?
I'm still going with Sami Zayn. How's this for a nice little future storyline pitch idea? I feel like Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens would be perfect tag team champions in the future.
oh, it'll come.
It'll be beautiful.
Give it a couple years.
Oh, exactly. That's what I say. It's future fantasy booking.
I know that WWE likes to blow their load, and like in 6 months they'll be tag team and best friends again. But
I don't even see them being best friends. I can see them being like something similar to what Hell No was about in the beginning.
Give it a few years, and then like
management.
Tag team partners of convenience. Tag team partners of convenience.
Yeah.
They're not really buddies.
Kind of similar to what MVP and Matt Hardy was a few years ago. Remember they had like the big
one-upping each other,
and then they were just thrown in a tag team title match and they won.
Yeah,
and that's something I could see them doing.
And then they spent a couple months just trying to one up each other.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's what you see. I can see them doing that in the future.
But for now,
that's fun fantasy booking.
For now, Sami Zayn, decisive victory.
Sami Zayn, it is
with his anime awesome music. I'm sorry, every time I hear his music, I just think of like an anime intro.
Yeah, you need.
Every time I hear his music, I just want to get up and dance.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing either.
I'm going in dancing mode too. I'm just picturing like some generic anime with that music playing, and I'm just going, I like this music. Yeah. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I'm not normally listening. That's just basically ska music.
Oh, it's fun. I love it.
It actually made me rediscover like all these different little ska groups. The Mighty Mighty Boss Tones? Are they?
Yes.
Yeah. Every time I hear Sami Zayn's music, I was like, oh yeah, they're awesome. And,
Flogging Mollies?
Flogging Molly isn't really... It's more Irish punk. They're not really ska.
I count Irish punk as both.
Irish punk is Irish punk. Ska is ska.
I count them as both.
Sami Zayn's music is awesome.
Yes.
It's like,
if it makes me want to dance, it's ska. That's it.
I'm not even going to start decoding how many ways that statement is incorrect. But
no, I'm kidding.
All I can think of is the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
I've been
whatever.
If you haven't noticed, I've been drinking this evening.
No, really,
really.
It's a new thing.
Something you do, every single week.
I actually not really. Liquid. Not really. The last few weeks have been all right, but now this week had to happen. It's a Friday.
In the meantime,
we are taping on a Friday night. This is what happens on a Friday night.
Party time.
All right. Excellent. Woo. All right. In the meantime, moving right along, we've got the women's championship match: Charlotte versus Natalya.
Okay. Wait. Before we say,
that's what I'm saying.
Okay, we're all gonna say our prediction at 3. 1, 2, 3. Charlotte. There we go. Done. Do we really need to?
I was waiting for someone just to be a dick and say Natalya.
No, if someone did that, just get out. No,
get out.
Stop it.
No,
you are Jeff. You are they're saved. No. You and I and him. We all both know they are saving Sasha Banks versus Charlotte at SummerSlam. Yeah, you can't argue with me. Can you argue with me?
I can.
No, you can't.
But you won't.
Yes, I can. I can technically argue with you. I can argue that Zack Ryder was the unlikely pick, so they could...
Shut it!
It's not outside the realm of possibility.
Natalya's not a cancer survivor, though. I don't care if her uncle is.
Well, we went there.
Hey, I've always said I always knew Bret Hart had something up his butt, but turned out to be cancer. Nothing.
And we just lost all of our.
I guess
by all 6 of you.
I guess Bret Hart will just listen to this podcast, listen to what I have to say. I'm gonna have to give your statement a 4 out of 10.
That's all right, because it's nothing compared to what Charlie was saying a week ago.
That's something. Okay, yeah, we'll just end it with that. Yeah. What Charlie said cannot be said.
No,
it cannot be said.
No, it can't.
For me, I'm just joking around, but what he said was just flat out, mean.
Yeah.
All right.
That's why I told him when he was my guest host a couple weeks ago. We'll come back if we allow it.
All right. Speaking of Charlie. 4 out of 10, let's move on to our main event.
Roman Reigns slays your faves.
That's it.
Believe that.
Believe that, because Roman Reigns is walking out of this WWE champion.
Oh, and the best part is he's not walking. At least he's not walking out 100% clean.
Oh, yeah. Here's my thing, okay? It's going to be the exact same as Raw. Okay, Carl Anderson and Gallows are going to come out, start beating down Roman Reigns while AJ Styles is down. AJ Styles goes over, does the same thing, pushes them out of the way, turns around, spear, done. That's it.
I don't even see them AJ turning around. I just see like he pushes them aside and you just see Gallows do that side and then he'll just put a big boot or something.
All right.
Or if anything, if they're going to do an attack from behind, it's going to be Anderson doing it. Like he's talking to Gallows and Anderson hits him.
All right, I'm going to do a small little bit of long-term booking here. AJ Styles wins, but only by disqualification. They've got the Anderson Gallows beatdown leading up to next month at Extreme Rules, a rematch, Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles in a steel cage.
If this was any other company
now,
I would go with you. Okay? But this is the WWE, who must keep Roman Reigns strong.
Anderson and Gallows. I'm going with what Brian said. They hit the referee gets knocked out, of course, and
because they're starting to do that again.
Yeah, they are starting to do that again. I could see if anything, I could see AJ trying to go for a flying forearm, and Roman rolls out of the way and he hits the referee by accident. And then Anderson and Gallows comes out, beat down Roman Reigns. AJ does the whole, what are you doing? Come on, I don't want to win it this way. Blah, blah, blah. And then Anderson either hits him from behind or Gallows just hits him face front and center. There you go.
And Roman Reigns doesn't know.
No, Roman Reigns has no idea. And then they beat him down and they start walking out. AJ's getting up and going, why? And then he turns around into a spear, 1, 2, 3.
I just... If it was any other company,
that
would be the booking. I would actually agree with you. Okay, if it was any other company,
so which one?
And any other person,
I guess I'm drawing a blank on it. What was yours, fool? What was your prediction?
I said AJ Styles wins
by disqualification.
Oh, by DQ.
By DQ. However, the WWE obsessed with keeping Roman Reigns strong. Okay. So, I believe that they'll have a steel cage rematch. Okay, but it'll be because Anderson and Gallows, they found out I feel like Roman Reigns is gonna find out that Anderson and Gallows put down AJ Styles. And they're gonna try to get him over with the crowd. You'll get one more match at Extreme Rules inside a cage, and they'll still find a way to get in the cage because that's how these things work.
I see Shane McMahon booking that.
Yeah,
as that saying, and he like Roman Reigns will be like, just to keep them out. I could see Shane McMahon being like, okay, that's what happened, and because of that, I want this match. And you guys put on a phenomenal match with no clear, decisive victor. We're going to get you a decisive victor in a steel cage.
Yeah, and because it's not like a blood feud, they're not going to go Hell in a Cell. They'll just go straight cage.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
Exactly, straight cage.
All right, then.
So, either way, Roman Reigns walks out as champion, whether you have him losing by DQ or winning via shenanigans that he has no idea about.
Okay, for this one, I got a quick scholar's quick talk for you.
Fire away, fool.
Because it just popped in my head, and it's been one of the major discussions with this particular match. Do you want to see Finn Balor lead Anderson and Gallows? Do you want it to be that way?
Do I want to see it? Yes.
Short answer.
The best thing to do is for storytelling and trying to think of how Finn Balor built himself up, how he was in NXT. You really see him being coming in as a leader, of a heel stable.
Short answer, no. Long answer, I wouldn't be opposed to it if they book it the right way, but given the way he's being presented on NXT right now and the kind of character he's built up for himself as far as the WWE umbrella as a whole, I just cannot see it happening. I think Finn Balor is a face for the foreseeable future.
The problem, okay, is I know how the WWE would screw this up, turning him heel. Okay, they would have him go after Roman Reigns. So it wouldn't work. His heel turn wouldn't work. If he came out and basically just went after AJ Styles, was just like, you're not good enough. You're not better than me. Just like I remember back in Japan before I came over here. Whatever. And I was the leader. I led these guys. You're not better than me. I'm gonna take you out. That would be good booking, in my eyes. So but the WWE would kill it. They'd have him come out and attack Roman Reigns, not AJ Styles.
Which actually, I don't think I'm 100% clear on my Scholars Quick Talk. So, what I mean is, do you want to see Finn Balor team up with Anderson and Gallows? Payback.
No.
Not Payback, no.
No, it's way too soon.
They say, like, that's one of the big discussions that's been going on in the internet wrestling community.
If it was
honestly, for the past couple of weeks.
I'd say pull it off at Extreme Rules.
If it's going to be pulled off at all, it's going to need a lot more build and a lot more change up.
And I feel like Finn Balor needs...
Right
I feel like Finn Balor would need time on the main roster.
Exactly.
I'd say, give him the entire month. Okay. And have him be the one that gets in the steel cage. Because somebody's going to get in the steel cage. That's how it works. That's always how it works.
Just watch. It's not going to be Balor at all, and it's going to be Cena, and he's going to pull a Hulk Hogan, turns black and white, and join.
If you want,
because Anderson and Gallows are the outsiders, and and then the big superhero that everyone's getting tired and sick of, being the babyface, comes in and he turns heel. Wow, why did I do that? Was pretty. Yeah, that makes sense, but I also kind of. It'll be interesting.
That makes sense. Don't you dare.
It makes sense, but it actually gives a good reason to turn Cena heel, other than just simply turning him heel. But he is returning May 30th. Who the hell knows?
You want a heel turn? Okay.
Doing his
he
return.
gets it. Finn Balor comes into the ring of the steel cage.
Oh, boy.
He comes into the steel cage. Okay. He knocks out both Roman Reigns and AJ Styles. Okay, knocks him out cold. And then he puts Roman Reigns on top of AJ Styles. You want booze? You want booze? That'll do it.
Or even better, because it's May 3rd. It's because it's May 30th, and whatever the next Extreme Rules is, it's going to be the cage match. Anderson and Gallows get involved again, and the match is going on. They take both of them out again. Cena comes in and makes a save, and just. AJ Styles gets up and then he just hits the AA. That would be a bigger heel turn for John Cena than just having say, "Oh, here we go."
Let's face it, okay? John Cena's not turning heel.
Yeah, I know. Once again, it's back to fantasy booking. Plus, it's like, oh, look, they're gonna pull the Hulk Hogan with John Cena thing that actually could fit and make sense, but balls. Who are we kidding? It's not gonna happen.
Oh, balderdash.
Even though they do kind of time it. Well, but
either way, now we're just going into fantasy booking transgression.
That's what I like about Payback, because it gives us something to look forward to down the road.
You think that it's certain that the card is certain, the winners are. We pretty much agreed on everything except for
one or two things.
Except for one or two things. But hey, this is one of those pay-per-views where you go in thinking you know what's going on. Hey, they might surprise us.
Yes, they will. And there's a very good chance of that.
Final discussion. What's Vince McMahon's announcement for Shane McMahon and Stephanie?
Brand split.
Do you think they're going to go brand split again?
I think so.
I can see them pulling some... A part of me would be intrigued at what they will do with the brand split if they do it again. But a part of me wants to say, you both are McMahons. You both are 50-50 partners. There you go.
I used to love those draft episodes. Mm-hmm. Just those are like the one episode a year that I looked forward to. There were two episodes a year that I looked forward to: the Raw after WrestleMania and the draft.
I feel like because they just merged the big belt. I feel like the whole champion showing up on both things kind of didn't work fully.
I've got a wacky.
That's why they split the titles.
Oh, wackiness is coming.
Wacky idea.
Noel Dandy.
No, Honestly, this does not include El Dandy. I swear.
Or the gobbledygooker.
Or the gobbledygooker, I swear.
I don't even know where gobbledygooker came from.
From the recesses of your mind.
From the almost Undertaker
All right.
resources of my
What
mind.
if? Okay, bear with me. What if they announced a brand split on Sunday? You've got Shane McMahon in charge of Raw, Stephanie McMahon in charge of SmackDown, and Triple H in charge of NXT. Announced on the air in that way as a third brand.
I don't know if Vince McMahon. I
Including
love the idea.
that as part of the draft.
I would love that idea. I just feel like Vince McMahon just doesn't see NXT the way all of us do.
I feel like they're gonna keep. I
would
don't
love
like
to see NXT.
I
as
don't
actual
like saying
legit
it
brand.
because it's the best product right now, but
Because it is.
they're gonna keep NXT as the development.
But what if?
I would love the idea.
And this is my last what if for the evening.
This is his Scholars Quick Talk.
What if this is something that they do, what if one of the draft picks to NXT, Damian Sandow, give his character new life?
Trust me. Oh my God, that would be amazing for him. It really would.
Just give him something,
hell,
man.
the fact that he showed up on Monday Night Raw, I was like, "Yay!"
I was amused.
Damian Sandow. He's just standing there, and his match got canceled. Thank you, Dolph Ziggler, for giving him the stupid monster feeding booking, which they decided to give it on SmackDown. God damn you!
Womp womp.
It's
Womp
one
womp
of the.
indeed.
It's.
And now
I was laughing. I'm not gonna lie because I was like, "Yay! It's Damian Sandow. He's not gonna have a match, is he?"
Now we have the
That's it.
and now we have the
Oh,
gorgeous truth.
Hey,
And
easiest
Fandango
paycheck he'll ever have.
Hey.
Okay, stand out in the ring for 2 minutes
Hey, as
and
long
watch.
as he's getting some sort of benefit from all this.
We need Damian Sandow on TV. Period.
He got the Mark Hamill paycheck on that one.
He
Just
really-
stand in the ring.
He
Just
really
stand
did.
in the ring and watch.
You're welcome.
And thus the crusade continues.
That's it.
The crusade continues. # We want Sandow.
But in the meantime,
That's right.
as always,
Back to social media.
gotta plug it.
Damn right.
In the meantime, we also want to know what you think. As always, if you want predictions for Payback, drop us a line on all the regular outlets. Drop us a line on this video. Leave us a comment. If you like what you hear, leave us a little like. If you want to hear more in the coming weeks and months ahead, subscribe and we'll deliver it to you right in your face.
Big
Of course, you
disgrace.
can kicking your can all over the place.
Very random. Continue.
We will find you on Facebook at the Scholars of Wrestling Show. Look us up. And of course, you will always find us on our Twitter machines. You can follow us on our main page at ScholarsOW for all the regular episode updates and live tweets and all that stuff. But for the most of the live tweets, you can always follow us on our personal Facebook pages, our own personal Twitter pages. Fool, where can they find you?
I'm at the Avatar.
Brian, where can they find you?
At Atomic Beanpole.
And you can find me at I'm Robbie Rage. All of our Twitter handles are in the description below. Check us out, follow us, join the conversation. It's always a ton of fun. In the meantime, we'll see you at Payback, and you know who we are. We are the Scholars of Wrestling, and you have just been schooled.
You're welcome.
Bring back Sandow already.
Pretty much, yeah.
Easiest paycheck ever.